Good morning. Afternoon for some of you, I suppose. I am getting ready to, well, make myself a really late breakfast, but just basically get a few things done. And I realized I was going to use some great food prepping tools, so I thought I would show them to you. I just realized there's a mess back there. I guess if you ever thought you had to have a perfect kitchen to sell Pampered Chef or to be a consultant, now you know you don't, because look at all that. Anyway, this is just my real life, you know? So I really have tried to commit this year to having less food waste. We buy in bulk, and then I have all these plans to food prep and do all this stuff, and then sometimes you just end up throwing half of it away, and I feel terrible, and it's a waste of money, and our budget's a little different than it used to be, so it's important to me that I don't do that. So, oh, by the way, don't you love my apron? So this is frillier than I usually would wear, but my grandma, who is now 90, about to be 96, made aprons out of some of her favorite shirts, just that were kind of worn out because she just was industrious like that. And so I have two of them, and they're like some of my most prized possessions. Anyway, all right, so really trying not to waste food. So one thing is my little 9-month-old does baby-led weaning, so he eats real food. He never did baby food. So he gets corned beef and carrots and potatoes for lunch tomorrow and the next day at school. How exciting for him. And I'm going to use my leftover corned beef and potatoes to make some hash. And, let me get that. There we go. To make some corned beef and hash. And I am also going to chop up some onions. I'm using our small flexible cutting mat. This is an older version. They're a different color now, but a lot of people ask what the size is of the smaller ones. So it's about the size of a piece of paper. So it's pretty small, great for smaller spaces. I had this one out because I was just prepping a few small things for Logan's dinner last night. And I'm just being lazy and using it instead of getting out a bigger one. I love these though because they're easy, they don't take up a lot of space to store, and they're flexible so you can pour things easily into the pan. So the onions were all mushed in with the cabbage on my corned beef, so I figured I would get some fresh onions in there because I love onions and garlic. So I'm going to use the food chopper, and I'm just going to show you how easy it is to use. It's like the old school slap chop that you saw the commercials for. But really, Pampered Chef has had their food chopper for a really long time. So this isn't new, but it has been redesigned. So I'm just going to use this to chop up my onions. This is a staple in our house. When people ask what the first product I recommend to someone who doesn't own any Pampered Chef, this is pretty much it. We use it all the time. My husband uses it. Even when he deploys, he had me send him this to Japan, the food chopper to Japan. So I am going to get this started, and I'm not going to show you cooking all of it. I just want to show you some of the prep. I also use my kitchen spritzer. I have one with grapeseed oil and one with olive oil. It's a great way to not use the grody sprays with all of the additives and you don't really know what's in there. And you can use your own oils and pick what you're using and control the content and the ingredients a lot better. So it's one of the things I love. The other tool I'm going to use and show you guys is the salad choppers. So a lot of people, when they see these in the parties with the posts, think they're a pair of scissors. They're not. Look how different they are. You can kind of see if I put it at an angle. They have two blades going this way, and then they hit against this solid surface. This part isn't really sharp. These are very sharp. And you don't use them like scissors. So when I first got them, I hadn't watched the video or read about how to use them or anything. And I was trying to cut lettuce like this, and I was like, these things are terrible. The trick is not using them like scissors because they're not scissors. They're choppers. So I've got my corned beef and a few potatoes in here that I'm going to turn into my corned beef hash. And you literally just, I always say, just get in there and hack it up. You can hold it this way, or some people like holding it this way better, but I prefer this. It's actually built to fit your hand better this way. And you just get in there and chop it up. Now, this is great for salads. That's why they're called the salad choppers. But I kind of like bigger chunks in my salad. So let me tell you what I use them for. I use them for spinach because I specifically hide tons of spinach in all of my food. So like I'm going to make lasagna later, and I'll probably hide several cups of spinach in it. And I use these to just like obliterate the spinach. And so you can make them as the pieces as small or as big as you want, just depending on how much you chop it. It's great for meats and stuff like this. I use it when I do chicken salad. I just throw everything in the bowl and then I chop it together like this. Big hunks of meat, whole boiled eggs, whatever, you know, veggies, and then I just go to town on it. Works great. The other thing is when I make carnitas or like pulled pork type meat for tacos or sandwiches, or chicken breasts, you know, with salsa and everything in the quick cooker or the slow cooker, I use these and it, you know, quasi shreds everything. So it's not shredded, but it's pulled apart. So this is, you know, in just a few seconds, this is the perfect consistency for corned beef hash. So that's the salad choppers, and I thought it'd be helpful to have a demo showing you how those work, because we'll talk about them in the parties, of course, but you don't really see them working. Those are one of my favorite tools because they're so multifunctional. Yeah, and then I think the last two things I'm using is my Executive nonstick skillet, which I love these guys. They actually the handle comes off. I'm not left-handed, but the handle comes off super easy like that. And the purpose of that is that these are oven and broiler safe. So all you do is stick them in the oven and pull the handle off when it's in the oven, so you don't need a pot holder. It's a great little tool. It also is great for easy storage. And then the last thing I use is our nice knives. I call these the nice knives because they're the higher end line. The other line that we have, which is also amazing and lasts forever, is our coated knife set, which is multicolored. So that's what I'm doing this morning. Just thought I'd let y'all see inside my kitchen while I was getting some work done before I get upstairs and do my work on my computer. Everyone have a great day, and let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to show you more stuff. Bye.